Now today I'm going to make a really simple recipe. What we're going to be making is homemade lemonade. Really simple to do, nice and refreshing, and it just uses 3 ingredients. Now for making up this lemonade, I'm just going to quickly go through the ingredients we're going to use. Now as I say, there's really just 3 ingredients that you need to get hold of to make this lemonade. You know, I'm going to add a little bit of basil, like the toppers of the basil, just to give it a little bit of colour at the end. But really, all you need is lemon, sugar and water. Now I've got myself 8 lemons. I would say you want between 6 and 8 lemons, depending on the size of your lemons. Now what I'm going to do is, with 7 of the lemons, I'm going to juice them. So get the juice out, leave the pips behind. 3 of the lemons, I'm going to zest them. So, you know, you get the skin, the yellow bit on the outside. But what you want to do is leave the white bit behind, the pith, because, you know, it's a little bit sour. You don't really want to add that into the lemonade. 1 of the lemons, I'm just going to slice it down. I'll probably put them in the freezer in a little bowl and, you know, let them freeze. Then when you add it in at the end, the frozen lemons, you know, they look good and it just cools it all down. So there's your lemons. I've got 8. 150 grams of white sugar. Now I'm using granulated sugar, but you could use caster sugar. 150 grams of that. And then the only other thing you need is the water. Probably use between 1.3 litres and 1.5 litres of water. So that's it. Now what I'm going to do is go and wash my lemons, you know, a little bit of warm water, get a new scrubbing brush and sort of, you know, just clean the outside of the lemons, and then we're going to get them all prepared. Now I've got my lemons there. Now 3 of those I just sort of zested the outside, and you've got a nice pile of the sort of, you know, the skin, the yellow bit. So absolutely going to add a wonderful flavour. Now what I'm going to do with these lemons, the 7 lemons, is get the juice out of there. Now what you want to do with your lemons is just roll them in your hand like that, and it helps to get some of the juice out. So do that, even with these ones that you've zested. Just give them a roll. Try and get all the juice out, get your juicer and try and get as much juice out of there as you can. Now with the lemons, I'm going to kind of cut them in half. Got my juicer there, just sort of squeeze it on. And obviously this helps to leave the pips behind. Give it a good squeeze, get as much of the juice as you can. So as I say, do that with 7 of the lemons. Lovely. Oh yeah. That looks good. So I'll carry on doing all the rest. Now I've juiced the lemons, and I'm going to get myself a bowl because this is pretty much full up. Let's just pour that in there. What I want to try and do is get all the juice out, but leave the pips behind. Lovely. Now in the bowl with that lemon juice, now I've got that zest. Oh, look at those. Beautiful. Just scrape those in. Now I'm also going to add in the sugar. Just put it all in there. I find that's about the right amount of sugar. And then we've got the water. Now I've boiled the kettle. So again, roughly about 1.3, 1.4 litres. I think that'll do us. Now just give it a little bit of a stir. So just grab it, give it a stir. Now with the lemonade, I've given that a stir. Now what you want to do is leave it to cool down. Once it's cooled down, put a little bit of cellophane over the top, pop it in the fridge because you really want it to chill out. Now if you can, leave it overnight, and I think that way the flavours develop a little bit more. If you can't wait, at least leave it in the fridge a few hours, but ideally overnight. So I'm going to pop that in the fridge, and I'll see you tomorrow with the lemonade. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is slice up that leftover lemon and put that in the freezer, so tomorrow it all comes together. So I'll see you tomorrow, and we're going to make up and taste that lemonade. Now it's the next day, and I've had my lemonade chilling out in the fridge overnight. Now what I'm going to do is take the cellophane off, and I'm just going to very slightly filter it. Now I'm actually going to pour it through a colander, the sort of thing you use for your vegetables. You could use a sieve, but ideally you want a coarse one, because what I want to do is to keep the good bits going through, just keep some of the zest behind. I don't want too much of the zest going into the lemonade. A little bit's good because it makes it look homemade. So take the cellophane off, pour it through the colander, and we can serve it up in the pitcher and enjoy. So let's just take that cellophane off. Lovely. Now what I'm going to do is, it's nice and cloudy, this one, beautiful. Just give it a quick stir, and I am just going to taste a little bit and see how it is. What we're doing is testing for sweetness. That is lovely. That is a really, really nice lemonade. Not too sweet, and it's not sharp. It's just, for me, that is beautiful. Now what you can do at this point, if you taste it again, make sure it's right for you. If you find it's not sweet enough, all you need to do is just add a little bit extra sugar, just a little bit. And if you find it's a little bit too sweet, then what you can do is just squeeze some more lemon juice in it. So at this point, adjust it, get it how you want. But for me, beautiful. Now what I'm going to do is just pull this out of the way. And I've got like a little jug there with my colander, and I'm just going to pour that through. Just open up the... That's it. Just about manage that. A little bit of mess, a little bit of splash, but you know, that's the way it is sometimes. Now I poured that mixture through, and I've got all the zesty bit. Lovely. So I've kept that aside. There's probably going to be some little bits in there, but that's absolutely fine because it's homemade and it's going to look like it as well. Now what I'm going to do is get me glass pitcher, and we're going to pour it in and then try it in a glass and enjoy. So I've got my glass pitcher, and I'm going to serve up this lemonade. Now I've got those frozen bits of lemon, so I think I'll just pop those in first. Better put that in there as well. Ice. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of ice because it, you know, just makes it nice and cold instantly, and it will probably dilute the flavour a little bit, but it's still going to taste good. Now with the lemonade, let's grab that and we just pour that in. Look at those little bits at the end there going in. And that's just about right. I might just pop a little bit more ice in there. And I'm going to serve that up. Now I'm just going to serve my lemonade up. Now I am going to start with a little bit of ice in there. It's always a good start. Now what you can do, if you want, is put a little bit of lemon on the side, just to make it look pretty. Beautiful. And then you can pour some of that mixture in. And if you want, just add that little piece of basil in there. Just nice fresh basil, just gives it a final little colour on top. Let's try that, see how it is. Ooh. Cheers, salute. That is really lovely and lemony. It's not sharp, it's not sweet, it's just right. It's how you'd want homemade lemonade. Oh, go and make this. Make it the day before, leave it in the fridge overnight, serve it up the next day to your guests, your family, the barbecue, and they'll really enjoy it. It's a nice little start to the day. Thanks for watching my videos. I'll see you on the next one. All the best, the original Naked Chef.